Once upon a time there was a railroad line. Don't ask when, brother, don't ask when. It was a road to hell. It was hard times. It was a world of gods and men. It's an old song.
It's an old song.
It's an old tale from way back when. It's an old song.
It's an old song.
And we're gonna sing it again. Gods and men, oi! We got some gods in the house tonight. See, on the road to hell there was a railroad line. And there were 3 old women all dressed the same. And there was always singing in the back of your mind, everybody meet the Fates! And on the road to hell there was a railroad line. And a lady stepping off a train with a suitcase full of summertime, Persephone by name. And if you ride that train,
Ride that train.
if you ride that train,
Ride that train.
if you ride that train to the end of the line, where the sun don't shine and it's always shady, it's there you'll find the king of the mine, almighty Mr. Hades. We got any other gods? Oh right, almost forgot. On the road to hell there was a railroad station, and a man with feathers on his feet who could help you to your final destination, Mr. Hermes. That's me. See, someone's got to tell the tale, whether or not it turns out well. Maybe it will turn out this time. On the road to hell and the railroad line, it's a sad song.
It's a sad song.
It's a sad tale, it's a tragedy. It's a sad song.
It's a sad song.
We're gonna sing it anyway. Now, not everybody gets to be a god. And don't forget that times are hard. Hard times in the world of men. Let me introduce you to a few of them. You can tip your hats and your wallets, brothers and sisters, boys and girls, to the hardest working chorus in the God's almighty world. And working just as hard for you. Let's see what this crew can do. Yeah. On the road to hell there was a railroad line, and a poor boy working on a sign. His mama was a friend of mine, and this boy was our muse's son. On the railroad line, on the road to hell. You might say the boy was touched, 'cause he was touched by the gods themselves. Give it up for Orpheus. Orpheus. There was one more soul on this road, girl coming from the cold, on the railroad line, on the road to hell. There was a young girl looking for something to eat, and brother, thus begins the tale of Orpheus and Eurydice. It's a love song.
It's a love song.
It's a tale of love from long ago. It's a sad song.
It's a sad song.
But we're gonna sing it even so. It's an old song.
It's an old song.
It's an old tale from way back when. And we're gonna sing. We're gonna sing. We're gonna sing it again.
Ooh.
ain't the way it was before. Ain't no spring or fall at all anymore. It's either blazing hot or freezing cold. Anyway, the wind blows. And there ain't a thing that you can do when the weather takes a turn on you. Except for hurry up and hit the road. Anyway, the wind blows. Wind comes up. Ooh. Do you hear that sound? Wind comes up. Move to another town. Ain't nobody gonna stick around when the dark clouds roll. Anyway, the wind blows.
You met the Fates. Remember them?
Anybody got a match?
Always singing in the back of your mind.
Give me that.
Wherever it was this young girl went, the Fates were close behind.
People turn on you just like the wind. Everybody is a fair-weathered friend. In the end, you're better off alone. Anyway, the wind blows. When your body aches to lay it down. When you're hungry and there ain't enough to go round. Ain't no way to which a girl won't go. Anyway, the wind blows. Wind comes up. And sometimes you think wind comes up, you would do anything just to fill your belly full of food. Find a bed that you could fall into, where the weather wouldn't follow you. Wherever you go, anyway, the wind blows. Ooh.
Now Orpheus was the son of a muse. And you know how those muses are. Sometimes they abandon you. And this poor boy, he wore his heart out on his sleeve. You might say he was naive to the ways of the world, but he had a way with words and a rhythm and a rhyme, and he sang just like a bird upon the line. And it ain't because I'm kind, but his mama was a friend of mine, and I like to hear him sing and his way of seeing things. So I took him underneath my wing, and that is where he stayed until one day. You want to talk to her?
Yes.
Go on. Orpheus,
Yes.
don't come on too strong.
Come home with me.
Who are you?
The man who's gonna marry you. I'm Orpheus.
Is he always like this?
Yes.
I'm Eurydice,
Your name is like a melody.
a singer. Is that what you are?
I also play the lyre.
Oh, a liar and a player too. I've met too many men like you.
Oh no, I'm not like that.
He's not like any man you've met. Tell her what you're working on.
I'm working on a song. It isn't finished yet, but when it's done and when I sing it, spring will come again.
Come again?
Spring will come.
When? I haven't seen a spring or fall since. I can't recall.
That's what I'm working on. A song that fix what's wrong, take what's broken, make it whole. A song so beautiful, it brings the world back into tune, back into time, and all the flowers will bloom when you become my wife.
Oh, he's crazy. Why would I become his wife?
Maybe because he'll make you feel alive.
Alive? That's worth a lot. What else you got?
their banks for us. With their gold be generous, all the flashing in the pan, all the fashion for your hand. The river's gonna give us the wedding bands.
Lover, tell me if you're able, who's gonna lay the wedding table? Times be what they are, dark and getting darker all the time.
Lover, when I sing my song, all the trees gonna sing along. They're gonna bend their branches down to lay their fruit upon the ground. The almond and the apple and the sugar from the maple. The tree's gonna lay the wedding table.
So when you sing your song, the one you're working on, spring will come again?
Yes,
Why don't you sing it then?
it isn't finished.
Sing it. You wanna take me home?
Yes.
Sing the song.
La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la
How did you do that?
I don't know. The song's not finished though.
Even so, it can do this?
I know.
You have to finish it. Lover, tell me when we're wed, who's gonna make the wedding bed? Times being what they are, hard and getting harder all the time.
Lover, when I sing my song, all the birds gonna sing along. They'll come flying from all around to lay their feathers on the ground, and we'll lie down and hide her down, a pillow neath our heads. The birds gonna make the wedding bed,
And the tree's gonna lay the wedding table,
and the river's gonna give us the wedding bands.
Where'd you get that melody?
I don't know, it came to me as if I'd known it all along.
You have. It's an old song, a song of love from long ago. Long time since I heard it though.
You heard that melody before?
Sure.
Tell me more.
Remember the tale I told you once? About the gods?
Which ones?
Hades and Persephone. Remember how it used to be their love that made the world go round?
Yeah, I remember now, but that was long ago.
Tell it again, though.
King of shadows, king of shades, Hades was king of the underworld. But he fell in love with a beautiful lady who walked up above in her mother's green field. He fell in love with Persephone, who was gathering flowers in the light of the sun. And he took her home to become his queen, where the sun never shone on anyone.
Go on.
The lady loved him, and the kingdom they shared. But without her above, not one flower would grow. So King Hades that for half of each year she would stay with him there in this world down below. With the other half she could walk in the sun, and the sun in turn burned twice as bright, which is where the seasons come from, and with them the cycle of the seed and the sickle, and the lives of the people and the birds in their flight,
singing
la 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 la,
down below and up above,
la 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 la,
in harmony and rhythm.
la 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 la.
The gods sang this song of love,
la 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 la,
and the world sang it with them. But that was long ago, before we were on this road. And on the road to hell there was a lot of waiting. Everybody waiting on a train.
Waiting on the lady with the
Waiting on a train to bring that lady with that suitcase back again. She's never early, always late.
waiting.
These days she never stays for long, but good things come to those who wait. Here she comes.
Well, it's like he said, I'm an outdoor girl,
Yeah, and you're late again.
married to the king of the underworld.
She forgot a little thing called spring.
Are you wondering where I've been?
I'm wondering.
I've been to hell and back again, but like my mama always said,
Aye.
brother, when you're down, you're down. When you're up, you're up. You ain't 6 feet underground, you're living it up on top. Let's not talk about hard times. Pour the wine, it's summertime. Cause right now we're living it.
How are we living it?
Living it up. Brother, right here living it.
Where are we living it?
Living it up on top. Who makes the summer sunshine bright? That's right, Persephone. Who makes the fruit of the vine get ripe?
Persephone.
That's me. Who makes the flowers bloom again in spite of a man? Who's doing the best she can? Persephone, that's who. Some might say the weather ain't the way it used to be, but let me tell you something that my mama said to me. You take what you can get, and you make the most of it. So right now we're living it.
How are we living it?
Living it up. Brother, right here living it.
Where are we living it?
Living it up on top. Woo!
It was summertime on the road to hell. There was a girl who had always run away. You might say it was in spite of herself that this young girl decided to stay. There was a poor boy with a lamb.
Who says times are hard?
The flowers bloomed and the fruit got ripe. And brother, for a moment then,
Anybody want a drink?
the world came back to life.
on top. We ain't got much, but we're living it up. Just enough to fill our cups.
Living it up on top.
Brother, pass the bottle around, 'cause we're living it up.
Let the poet bless this round.
Orpheus.
To the patroness of all of this, Persephone,
Here!
who has finally returned to us with wine enough to share, asking nothing in return except that we should live and learn to live as brothers in this life,
There we go.
and to trust she will provide. And if no one takes too much, there will always be enough. She will always fill our cups,
I will.
and we will always raise them up to the world we dream about and the one we live in now. 'Cause right now we're living it, living it up. Brother, right here we're living it. Listen here, I'll tell you where we're living it up on top. Living it up and we ain't gonna stop. Living it. How are we living it? Living it up on top.
Orpheus was a poor boy, but he had a gift to give. He could make you see how the world could be, in spite of the way that it is. And Eurydice was a young girl, but she'd seen how the world was. When she fell in spite of herself, in love with Orpheus.
I was alone so long, I didn't even know that I was lonely. Out in the cold so long, I didn't even know that I was cold. Turn my collar to the wind. This is how it's always been. All I've ever known is how to hold my own. All I've ever known is how to hold my own. But now I wanna hold you too. Take me in your arms and suddenly the sunlight all around me. Everything bright and warm, shining like it never did before. And for a moment I forget just how dark and cold it gets. All I've ever known is how to hold my own. How to hold my own. But now I wanna hold you. Now I wanna hold you close. I don't wanna ever have to let you go. Now I wanna hold you tight. I don't wanna go back to the lonely ride.
I don't know how or why, or who am I that I should get to hold you? When I saw you all alone against the sky, it's like I'd known you all along. I knew you before we met, and I don't even know you yet. All I know is you're someone I have always known. All I know is you're someone I have always known. And I don't even know you. Now I wanna hold you close. I don't wanna ever have to let you go.
Suddenly the sunlight
in my arms.
Say that you'll hold me forever. Say that the wind won't change on us. Say that we'll stay with each other, and it will always be like this.
I'm gonna hold you forever. The wind will never change on us. Long as we stay with each other, then it will always be like this.
On the road to hell there was a railroad track.
Oh, come on!
There was a train coming up from way down below.
That was not 6 months.
Better go get your suitcase packed. Guess it's time to go.
She gonna ride that train.
Ride that train.
She gonna ride that train.
Ride that train.
She gonna ride that train to the end of the line. Because the king of the mine is coming to call. Did you ever wonder what it's like on the underside?
Way down under.
On the underside.
Way down under.
On the other side of his wall. Follow that doll for a long way down, far away from the poorhouse door. You either get to hell or to Hadestown. Ain't no difference anymore. Way down, Hadestown, way down under the ground. How long hell and the whistle blow? Train come and roll in the clickety clack. Everybody trying to get a ticket to go. Those who go, they don't come back. They're going way down, Hadestown, way down under the ground. Ah!
Winter's nigh and summer's o'er. Hear that high and lonesome sound. Like my husband coming for to bring me home to Hadestown.
Way down, Hadestown, way down under the ground.
Down there it's a bunch of stiffs. Brother, I'll be bored to death. Gonna have to import some stuff just to entertain myself. Give me morphine in a tin. Give me a crate of the fruit of the vine. Takes a lot of medicine to make it through the winter time.
Way down, Hadestown, way down under the ground.
Every little penny in the wishing well, every little nickel on the drum. All them shiny little heads and tails, where do you think they come from?
They come from way down, Hadestown, way down under the ground.
Everybody hungry, everybody tired, everybody slaves by the sweat of his brow. The wage is nothing and the work is hard. It's a graveyard in Hadestown.
Way down, Hadestown, way down under the ground.
Mr. Hades is a mean old boss.
With a silver whistle and a golden scale.
And he weighs the cost. And your soul for sale.
To the king on the chromium throne. To the bottom of a sing-sing cell.
Where the little wheel squeals and the big wheel groans.
You better forget about your wishing well.
Way down, Hadestown, way down under the ground.
On the road to hell well, there was a railroad car. And the car door opened and a man stepped out. Everybody looked and everybody saw it was the same man they'd been singing about.
You're early.
I missed you.
Mr. Hades is a mighty king. Must be making some mighty big deals. Seems like he owns everything.
Kinda makes you wonder how it feels.
All aboard! A one, a two, a 1, 2, 3, 4.
Way down, Hadestown, way down under the ground. Way down, Hadestown, way down under the ground. Way down under the ground. Way down under the ground.
With Persephone gone, the cold came on.
He came too soon. He came for her too soon. It's not supposed to be like this.
Well, till someone brings the world back into tune. This is how it is.
Orpheus had a gift to give.
Hey, where are you going?
Touched by the gods is what he was.
I have to finish the song.
Finish it quick. The wind is changing. There's a storm coming on.
Wind comes up.
We need food.
Wind comes up.
We need firewood.
Orpheus and Eurydice.
Did you hear me? Orpheus?
Poor boy working on a song.
Orpheus!
Young girl looking for something to eat.
Okay. Finish it.
Under a gathering storm.
King of silver, King of gold, and everything glittering under the ground. Hades is king of oil and coal, and the riches that flow where those rivers are found. But for half of the year with Persephone gone, his loneliness moves in him crude and black. He thinks of his wife in the arms of the sun, and jealousy fuels him and feeds him and fills him with doubt that she'll ever come, dread that she'll never come, doubt that his lover will ever come back. King of mortar, king of bricks, the river Styx is a river of stones, and Hades lays them high and thick with 1,000,000 hands that are not his own. With 1,000,000 hands he builds a wall around all the riches he digs from the earth. The pickaxe flashes, the hammer falls, and crashing and pounding as rivers surround him and drown out the sound of the song he once heard. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La
wanna keep your head, oh, you gotta keep your head low. Keep your head low. Oh, you gotta keep your head low. If you wanna keep your head, oh, you gotta keep your head.
In the coldest time of year, why is it so hot down here? Hotter than a crucible. It ain't right and it ain't natural.
Lover, you were gone so long. Lover, I was lonesome. So I built a foundry in the ground beneath your feet. Here I fashioned things of steel, oil drums and automobiles. Then I kept that furnace fed with the fossils of the dead. Lover, when you feel that fire, think of it as my desire. Think of it as my desire for you.
La 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 la.
Keep your head low. Is it oh, you gotta keep your head low. If you wanna keep your head low, oh, you gotta keep your head low. Keep your head low. Oh, you gotta keep your head low. If you wanna keep your head.
Looking high and looking low for the food and firewood. I know we need to find, and I am keeping one eye on the sky and trying to trust that the song he's working on is gonna shelter us from the wind, the wind, the wind.
In the darkest time of year, why is it so bright down here? Brighter than a carnival. It ain't right and it ain't natural.
Lover, you were gone so long. Lover, I was lonesome. So I laid a power grid in the ground on which you stood. Wasn't it electrifying when I made the neon shine? Silver screen, cathode ray, brighter than the light of day. Lover, when you see that glare, think of it as my despair. Think of it as my despair for you.
They can't find the tune.
Orpheus!
They can't feel the rhythm.
Orpheus!
King Hades is deafened by a river of
Poor
stone.
boy working on a song.
And Lady Persephone's blinded by a river of wine, living in
He did
oblivion.
not see the storm coming on.
As black gold flows in the world down below, and her dark clouds roll in the one up
Look
above.
up!
And that is the reason we're on this road. And the seasons are wrong, and the wind is so strong. And that's why times are so hard. It's because of the gods. The gods have forgotten the song of their love, singing la 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 la.
Keep your head low. Oh, you gotta keep your head low. If you wanna keep your head low, oh, you gotta keep your head low. Keep your head low. Oh, you gotta keep your head low. If you wanna keep your head.
Looking low and looking high, there is no food left to find. It's hard enough to feed yourself, let alone somebody else. I'm trying to believe that the song he's working on is gonna harbor me from the wind, the wind, the wind.
Eurydice was a hungry young girl.
Give that back.
She was no stranger to the wind,
It's everything we have.
but she had not seen nothing.
Orpheus,
Like the mighty storm she got caught in.
Orpheus, shelter
Only took a minute,
us.
but the wrath of the gods was in it.
Every year it's getting worse. Hadestown, hell on earth. Did you think I'd be impressed with this neon necropolis? Lover, What have you become? Cold cars and oil drums, warehouse walls and factory floors. I don't know you anymore. And in the meantime, up above, the harvest dies and people starve. Oceans rise and overflow. It ain't right and it ain't natural.
Lover, everything I do it for the love of you. If you don't even want my love, I'll give it to someone who does. Someone grateful for her faith. Someone who appreciates the comforts of a gilded cage. Doesn't try to fly away the moment Mother Nature calls. Someone who can love these walls that hold her close and keep her safe, and think of them as my embrace. Think of them as my embrace. Think of them as my embrace of you. Little songbird, give me a song. I'm a busy man, and I can't stay long. I got clients to call, I've got orders to fill. I got walls to build, I've got riots to quell. And they're giving me hell back in Hades. Hey, little songbird, cack out your tongue. Always a pity for one so pretty and young. When poverty comes to clip your wings and knock the wind right out of your lungs. Hey, nobody sings on empty.
Strange is the call of this strange man. I wanna fly down and feed at his hand. I want a nice soft place to land. I wanna lie down forever.
Hey, little songbird, you got something fine. You shine like a diamond down in the mine. And the choice is yours if you're willing to choose. Seeing as you've got nothing to lose, and I could use a canary.
Suddenly, nothing is as it was. Where are you now, Orpheus? Wasn't it gonna be the two of us? Weren't we birds of a feather?
Hey, little songbird, let me guess, he's some kind of poet and he's penniless. Give him your hand, he'll give you his hand to mouth. He'll write you a poem when the power is out. Hey, why not fly south for the winter? Hey, little songbird, look all around you. See how the vipers and vultures surround you. They'll take you down, they'll pick you clean. If you stick around such a desperate scene, see people get mean when the chips are down.
Songbird versus rattlesnake.
What is it?
Eurydice was a hungry young girl.
your ticket.
And Hades gave her a choice to make. A ticket to the underworld.
Life ain't easy.
Life ain't fair.
A girl's gotta fight for her rightful share. What you gonna do when the chips are down? Now that the chips are down. What you gonna do when the chips are down? Now that the chips are down. Help yourself.
To hell with the rest.
Even the one who loves you best.
What you gonna do when the chips are down? Now that the chips are down. What you gonna do when the chips are down? Now that the chips are down.
Oh, my aching heart.
What you gonna do when the chips are down? Now that the chips are down. Ain't nobody but yourself to trust. What you gonna do when the chips are down? Now that the chips are down. What you gonna do when the chips are down? Now that the chips are down. Aim for the heart.
Shoot to kill.
If you don't do it, then the other one will. What you gonna do when the chips are down? Now that the chips are down. What you gonna do when the chips are down? Now that the chips are down. And the first shall be first, and the last shall be last. Cast your eyes to heaven. You get a knife in the back. Nobody's righteous. Nobody's proud. Nobody's innocent. Now that the chips are down. Now that the chips are down.
Orpheus, my heart is yours. Always was and will be. It's my gut I can't ignore. Orpheus, I'm hungry. Oh, my heart, it aches to stay, but the flesh will have its way. Oh, the way is dark and long. I'm already gone. I'm gone.
Go ahead and lay the blame.
Talk of virtue, talk of sin.
Wouldn't you have done the same?
In her shoes,
In her skin.
You can have your principles
When you've got a belly full.
but hunger has a way with you.
There's no telling what you're gonna do when the chips are down. Now that the chips are down. What you gonna do when the chips are down? Now that the chips are down.
Mr. Hermes!
Hey, the big artiste. Ain't you working on your masterpiece?
Where's Eurydice?
Brother, what do you care? You'll find another muse somewhere.
Where is she?
Why do you want to know?
Wherever she is where I'll go.
And what if I said she's down below?
Down below.
down below, 6 feet under the ground below. She called your name before she went, but I guess you weren't listening.
No.
So, just how far would you go for her?
To the end of time, to the end of the earth.
You got a ticket?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Of course, there is another way, but nah, I ain't supposed to say.
Another way.
Around the back, but that ain't easy walking, Jack. It ain't for the sensitive of soul, so do you really want to go?
With all my heart.
With all your heart. Well, that's a start. How to get to Hadestown? You'll have to take the long way down, through the underground under cover of night. Laying low, staying out of sight. Ain't no compass, brother, ain't no map. Just a telephone wire and a railroad track. Keep on walking and don't look back till you get to the bottom land.
Wait for me, I'm coming. Wait, I'm coming with you. Wait for me, I'm coming too, I'm coming too.
The river Styx is high and wide, cinder bricks and razor wire, walls of iron and concrete, hound dogs howling round the gate. Those dogs will lay down and play dead if you got the bones, if you got the bread. But if all you've got's your own 2 legs, just be glad you got 'em.
Wait for me, I'm coming. Wait, I'm coming with you. Wait for me, I'm coming too, I'm coming too.
Who are you? Where do you think you're going?
Who are you?
Why are you all alone?
Who do you think you are? Who are you?
To think that you can walk a road that no one ever walked before.
La 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 la. La 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 la.
Don't give your name, you don't have one. And don't look no one in the eye. That town will suck you dry. They'll suck your brain, they'll suck your breath. They'll pluck your heart right out your chest. They'll truss you up in your Sunday best and stuff your mouth with cotton.
Wait for me, I'm coming. Wait, I'm coming with you. I'm coming too, I'm coming, wait.
I'm coming, wait for me.
Wait.
I hear the walls repeating.
Wait.
The falling of my feet and it sounds like drumming.
Wait.
And I am not alone.
Wait.
I hear the rocks and stones
Wait.
echo in my song. I'm coming.
children, my children, why do we build the wall?
Why do we build the wall? We build the wall to keep us free. That's why we build the wall. We build the wall to keep us free.
How does the wall keep us free? My children, my children, how does the wall keep us free?
How does the wall keep us free? The wall keeps out the enemy, and we build the wall to keep us free. That's why we build the wall. We build the wall to keep us free.
Who do we call the enemy? My children, my children, who do we call the enemy?
Who do we call the enemy? The enemy is poverty, and the wall keeps out the enemy, and we build the wall to keep us free. That's why we build the wall. We build the wall to keep us free.
Because we have, they have not. My children, because they want what we have got.
Because we have and they have not, because they want what we have got. The enemy is poverty, and the wall keeps out the enemy, and we build the wall to keep us free. That's why we build the wall. We build the wall to keep us free.
What do we have that they should want? My children, what do we have that they should want?
What do we have that they should want? We have a wall to work upon. We have work and they have none.
And our work is never done, my children, and the war is never won.
The enemy is poverty, and the wall keeps out the enemy, and we build the wall to keep us free.
That's why we build the wall. We build the wall to keep us free. We build the wall
to keep us free.
Then Hades told Eurydice,
There are papers to be signed. Step into my office.
and he closed the door behind. Now, a lot can happen behind closed doors. That's for sure, brother. That's a fact. But a lot can happen on the factory floor when the foreman turns his back.
Anybody want a drink?